President Trump said yesterday that a declining dollar is great. No, it isn't. It means big trouble. Great countries don't have weak currencies. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. You'd never know it from the declining value of the dollar, but the U.S. economy is in good shape, especially when you look at the rest of the world. But this increasingly beautiful economic picture will be fatally smeared if we don't shore up the sinking dollar. A wobbling greenback means future monetary inflation, and that means political disaster for the president, the Republican Party, and the nation. The very definition of inflation is a decline in the value of a currency. Devaluing the dollar destroyed the presidencies of Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, and George W. Bush. Rising prices undermined the Biden presidency. So, why is President Trump cheering on the greenback slide? Because of the false but persistent, powerfully seductive nostrum that reducing the value of a country's currency will stimulate the economy by making exports cheaper and imports more expensive. After all, the theory goes, more exports mean more sales for domestic exporters. More expensive imports mean domestic buyers will instead purchase more domestically made products. Voila, more prosperity in the real world. Any such advantage of it should happen quickly dissipates at best. It's an all-too-brief equivalent of a sugar high. Prices and buying patterns readjust. So the cost devaluation always turns out to be a hidden tax. Economies suffer, making money less valuable means less trust in the future and less economic growth. The dollar devaluations led to the horrific 1970s. The same thing happened in the early 2000s, culminating in the crisis of 2007-2009. Does President Trump want to limp out of the Oval Office in January 2029 the way George W. Bush did in 2009? Don't be seduced by the buoyant stock market. Stocks boomed initially after President Richard Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. The economy expanded for a while. Then it all fell apart, leading to an ugly bear market and the worst contraction in decades. The same pattern, essentially, repeated itself. In the first decade of the 21st century, President Trump knows what kind of economy he inherited. From Joe Biden, thanks in no small part to a less than trustworthy dollar. What most political leaders, military strategists, and economists don't really grasp is that a stable, trustworthy currency is a source of national strength. Strong, reliable currencies were critical in enabling the small countries of Holland and Britain centuries ago to become global powerhouses. The same thing happened to a once weak U.S. after we gained our independence, and the dollar was made as good as gold. Instead of plumping for a weak dollar, President Trump would realize his desire for a powerful U.S., both short-term and long, by making the greenback.